Hello, everyone. In this new series, I'll present an overview of the most famous figures from each country. First on the list is Great Britain, and we begin with its monarchs. King Alfred the Great, born in 849, ruled Wessex from 871 to 899. He is remembered for successfully defending Anglo-Saxon England against Viking invasions. He promoted learning, reformed the legal system, and is often considered the first true King of England. King Henry VIII is most famous for his 6 marriages, 2 of which ended in execution. He created the Church of England after splitting from the Catholic Church to divorce his first wife, Catherine of Aragon. His reign from 1509 to 1547 marked a turbulent period of religious and political change that redefined the monarchy. Queen Elizabeth I reigned from 1558 to 1603. She is remembered as one of England's greatest monarchs, presiding over a golden age of exploration, culture, and military triumph. Her defeat of the Spanish Armada in 1588 secured England's naval dominance, and her patronage of the arts helped produce the works of Shakespeare and other Renaissance figures. Queen Victoria reigned from 1837 until 1901, becoming the second longest reigning monarch in British history. Her era oversaw the height of the British Empire and the Industrial Revolution. She became a symbol of morality, stability, and imperial pride, lending her name to the Victorian age. King George VI reigned from 1936 to 1952, following the abdication of his brother Edward VIII. He led Britain through World War II and became a symbol of courage and duty. Despite struggling with a speech impediment, he rallied the nation during its darkest hours. Queen Elizabeth II reigned from 1952 until her passing in 2022. As the longest-reigning British monarch, she provided a steady presence through decades of change, including the decline of the empire and the rise of the modern Commonwealth. Her calm leadership earned her global respect and deep affection from her people. Now we get to politicians. Benjamin Disraeli, born in 1804, was both prime minister and a successful novelist. He expanded the British Empire and famously arranged the purchase of shares in the Suez Canal. He was a central figure in Victorian politics and had a legendary rivalry with Liberal leader William Gladstone. William Gladstone, born in 1809, served 4 terms as prime minister and was a staunch advocate for liberal reforms. He supported Irish Home Rule and worked to expand democratic rights and access to education. His deep religious convictions influenced his belief in moral governance. David Lloyd George served as prime minister during the final years of World War I. He played a crucial role at the Paris Peace Conference and introduced key social reforms in Britain. He was a fiery orator and one of the most dynamic politicians of his era. Winston Churchill served as prime minister during the Second World War. His powerful speeches and unshakable resolve helped lead Britain to victory against Nazi Germany. In his first speech to Parliament in 1940, he famously declared, "I can offer you nothing but blood, toil, tears, and sweat." He later won the Nobel Prize in Literature for his historical writings and remains a symbol of leadership in times of crisis. Clement Attlee served as Prime Minister from 1945 to 1951. He led Britain through post-war recovery and introduced widespread social reforms, including the creation of the National Health Service. Under his leadership, Britain saw the beginnings of the modern welfare state. Margaret Thatcher led the country as Prime Minister from 1979 to 1990. As Britain's first female Prime Minister, she implemented sweeping economic reforms, reduced the power of trade unions, and privatized state-owned industries. Nicknamed the Iron Lady, she left a polarizing yet transformative legacy. Now let's move on to explorers and sailors. John Cabot is credited with the discovery of parts of North America under the commission of Henry VII. Sailing from Bristol in 1497, he reached the coast of what is now Canada. His voyage laid the groundwork for the later British colonization of North America. Sir Francis Drake, born in 1540, was the first Englishman to circumnavigate the globe. He played a key role in defeating the Spanish Armada and was considered a hero in England and a pirate in Spain. His daring exploits helped establish England as a major naval power. Sir Walter Raleigh was an explorer, soldier, and poet who helped establish English colonies in the Americas. He popularized tobacco in England and led expeditions to South America at the turn of the 16th and 17th centuries in search of El Dorado. Eventually, he was imprisoned and executed under King James I. Captain James Cook is known for his 3 voyages of exploration in the Pacific Ocean. During the 18th century, he charted the coasts of New Zealand, Australia, and Hawaii with great precision. His encounters with indigenous peoples and scientific observations changed European views of the world. Now let's get down to scientists. Isaac Newton was born in 1643 and is considered one of the most influential scientists of all time. He formulated the laws of motion and universal gravitation, fundamentally changing our understanding of the physical world. His work laid the groundwork for modern physics and mathematics. Michael Faraday, born in 1791, was a self-taught scientist whose discoveries in electromagnetism laid the groundwork for electric motors and generators. He was known for his humility and brilliance, and his lectures at the Royal Institution captivated Victorian audiences. Faraday's laws remain fundamental in physics and engineering. Charles Darwin forever changed biology with his theory of evolution by natural selection. His groundbreaking book, On the Origin of Species, was published in 1859 and challenged traditional views of creation, sparking global debate. His voyage aboard HMS Beagle was pivotal to his scientific discoveries. James Clerk Maxwell is another 19th century scientist who developed the classical theory of electromagnetic radiation. His equations showed that electricity, magnetism, and light are interconnected phenomena. Einstein later credited Maxwell as one of the scientific giants on whose shoulders he stood. Dorothy Hodgkin was born in 1910 and became the first British woman to win a Nobel Prize in science. She used X-ray crystallography to determine the structures of insulin, penicillin, and vitamin B12. Her pioneering work revolutionized biochemistry and medicine. Stephen Hawking, born in 1942, became one of the most renowned physicists of the modern age, despite battling ALS for most of his life. He made key contributions to the study of black holes and the origin of the universe. His bestseller, A Brief History of Time, made complex science accessible to the public. Let's move on to literature and writers. William Shakespeare was born in 1564 and is widely regarded as the greatest writer in the English language. His plays, including Hamlet, Macbeth, Romeo and Juliet, and Othello, have had a profound impact on world literature. He also contributed hundreds of words and phrases to the English language. Jane Austen, born in 1775, wrote some of the most beloved novels in English literature, including Pride and Prejudice, Emma, and Sense and Sensibility. Her works examined the role of women, social mobility, and class in Georgian England. Austen's sharp wit and keen observation continue to captivate readers today. Charles Dickens was born in 1812 and became the most famous novelist of the Victorian era. His books, including Oliver Twist, A Christmas Carol, and Great Expectations, exposed social injustice and championed the poor. Dickens combined vivid characters with powerful moral storytelling. Mary Shelley, born in 1797, was the author of Frankenstein, one of the earliest and most influential science fiction novels. She wrote the book when she was just 18 during a summer with Lord Byron and Percy Shelley. Frankenstein explores themes of creation, responsibility, and the dangers of unchecked science. John Ronald Royal Tolkien, born in 1892, was a philologist and author of The Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit. His richly imagined world of Middle-earth created a new standard for fantasy literature. Tolkien's academic background and linguistic expertise deeply enriched his fictional universe. George Orwell was the pen name of Eric Arthur Blair, a writer and journalist known for his sharp political insight. His novels 1984 and Animal Farm are enduring critiques of totalitarianism and propaganda. Orwell's clear prose and moral vision have made him one of the most influential writers of the 20th century. Next chapter is about athletes. Bobby Moore captained the England football team to victory in the 1966 FIFA World Cup. Known for his calm demeanor and impeccable defending, he became an enduring icon of British sport. He played most of his club career at West Ham United. Sebastian Coe is a former middle-distance runner who won Olympic gold medals in the 1500 meters in 1980 and 1984. He later played a crucial role in bringing the 2012 Olympic Games to London as the chairman of the organizing committee. Coe has since been a leading figure in global athletics governance. Sir Ian Botham was one of England's most charismatic and talented cricketers. An all-rounder, he played a pivotal role in the 1981 Ashes series, famously known as Botham's Ashes. He later became a cricket commentator and was knighted for his services to the sport and charity. Paula Radcliffe is considered one of the greatest long-distance runners in history. She broke the women's marathon world record in 2003 with a time of 2 hours 15 minutes and 25 seconds, a record that stood for 16 years. Her resilience and determination earned her widespread admiration. David Beckham was born in 1975 and became one of the most iconic footballers of his generation. Known for his precise passing and bending free kicks, he starred for clubs like Manchester United, Real Madrid, and LA Galaxy. Off the pitch, Beckham became a global celebrity, ambassador for the sport, and a fashion and cultural icon. Lewis Hamilton, born in 1985, is one of the most successful Formula One drivers in history. He has won 7 world championships and holds records for the most pole positions and race wins. Off the track, he is an advocate for diversity, sustainability, and animal rights. The last chapter includes historical figures who didn't fit into other categories. Thomas More, born in 1478, was a lawyer, philosopher, and statesman who authored the influential book Utopia. He served as Lord Chancellor under Henry VIII, but was executed for refusing to endorse the king's break from the Catholic Church. More was later canonized as a saint by the Catholic Church. David Hume, born in 1711, was a philosopher and historian whose ideas about empiricism and skepticism reshaped Enlightenment thinking. His works questioned religious dogma and laid the foundation for modern secular humanism. Hume's essays and A Treatise of Human Nature are still studied today. The Beatles, John Lennon, Paul McCartney, George Harrison, and Ringo Starr revolutionized music and popular culture in the 1960s. With hits like Hey Jude, Let It Be, and Yesterday, they remain one of the most influential bands of all time. Their legacy continues to shape music, fashion, and global youth culture. David Bowie, born in 1947, was a trailblazing musician and performer known for his constant reinvention and theatrical flair. Albums like The Rise and Fall of Ziggy Stardust and Heroes redefined rock and pop music. Bowie's artistry transcended music, influencing fashion, film, and identity politics. Sir Alec Guinness, born in 1914, was a versatile actor, celebrated for both his dramatic depth and subtle comedic roles. He starred in The Bridge on the River Kwai, earning an Oscar, and later became beloved worldwide as Obi-Wan Kenobi in Star Wars. Guinness's career spanned decades and demonstrated an extraordinary range across theater and film. Sir Anthony Hopkins is a Welsh actor renowned for his intense and compelling performances. He won the Academy Award for Best Actor for his role as Hannibal Lecter in The Silence of the Lambs, a character that became instantly iconic. Hopkins continues to earn critical acclaim for his roles in both classical adaptations and contemporary dramas. This was my selection of the greatest personalities from Great Britain across different fields. And who do you think should definitely be included in the list? Let me know in the comments. Also, tell me which country you'd like to see covered next in this series. If you leave a suggestion in the comments, I'll do my best to include it.